Welcome back to the Montana garage. It is the same day, same mess, but new video for you guys. I just got done here a few hours ago getting the clutch and transmission all put back together. Now I have a mess to clean up, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to fab up this pivot ball that talked about a little bit in the last video if you saw that. I ordered a new one because the one I ordered in my previous order, this guy right here, is too big around. I was gonna try to make this one work by just, whittling away at it with a flap disc or whatever until I got it to the size I needed, but it's also too long. So then I thought, well, I'll chop it off right here. I'll chop the ball off and then I'll round this portion, but then that portion is pretty much the size I need it right now. So once I start trying to round it, then there's not gonna be enough meat left in there. So I found one that says it's for a 55 Chevy. Dang it! All right, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted by Mr. Air Compressor over there? I think I was saying I found a new one of these guys from, I think, Classic Industries. I got it on the old internet there, and I don't have it yet. It says it's for a 55 Chevy. It looks a lot like this. Of the millions of different ones of these they make, nobody ever puts like dimensions or anything on the site, so you can't tell how big around this ball is gonna be. Anyways, I found one that says it's for a 55 Chevy, but it looks like this. But I'm a little leery because, in 55 Chevy, they came out looking like this. So I'm hoping, being it's from Classic Industries and it says 55 Chevy, it's at least the right diameter, and they have a different one for 56 and 57. I thought 57 was the only one that was different, like they went to a bigger tube or something. I don't know, I read that somewhere. It says it's for a 55 and it's designed to screw into the blocks. These could possibly screw in, that's one of the reasons these holes are here, I guess, but that doesn't line up in my case, and I don't think it ever would on a regular 55 either. But the theory's the same. I'm gonna make a plate that goes here, and then if the new piece I have coming is right, then it will bolt to the plate, and it's all gonna work just lovely like. I got a whole bunch of scrap metal over here in the corner that I got from a job site that they were just throwing away, so that was kind of cool. This is maybe a little overkill on thickness, but it looks like it's the same thickness as this little one that was originally for the 55. We will come up with some sort of design, get the death wheel out. Wish I had a plasma cutter, but I don't. Cut that out, drill some holes in it, and then we'll be ready for when we get that new piece to make it work. Oh, in other news, I got YouTuber problems. I don't know if it's because I've had this camera and batteries for about a year now, but the batteries just will not hold a charge. I don't know if it's because it's cold out here or if they're getting old. Anyways, I need some new batteries, but I've been out here filming other stuff and both my batteries are dead. I got to keep going and plugging it in, filming a little piece and then plugging them back in. I'm trying to get what I can, but I got to get some stuff done. So I might have to let you guys just charge for a little bit and we'll come back and see where we're at. How you guys doing? You feeling charged up and refreshed? 14%. Not very charged up yet. Said I'd bring you back for one more minute. We got our little metal plate here. We're going to start with the basic square or rectangle, and then we'll have to kind of trim the edges to fit. Probably going to end up shaped kind of like, these will be rounded a little bit, and then it'll have kind of a swoop down here like this, and then somewhere like right in here is where the pivot ball is going to be. I do have like one of those metal chop saws. My experience with that is it doesn't really cut super straight. I'm just going to try the old death wheel trick on this. I thought I was gonna be tearing up some fabrication work tonight, but duty calls, I gotta call it a night. I'm super talented, so what I did so far is I took a rectangular piece of metal and I cut it into a smaller rectangular piece of metal, but not just that, I also rounded one corner, so yeah, I got it going on. This is the basic idea. It's gonna go on here like so. I'm gonna shape it, make it kind of a triangular deal. Actually be spaced out away from the block a little bit, like so. On the 57, he's got about 3/4 of an inch or inch spacers between the block on my delivery over there, between the block and the plate that he made. Something like that's gonna happen. I can shape it in a little bit more, but I gotta wait for that pivot ball to show up to where I can really get it dialed in. I guess it's gonna have to wait for hopefully tomorrow night. So I'll meet you back here then, maybe 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Sounds good. Hey, I hope I didn't keep you waiting. I was supposed to be back out here at 5 o'clock the next day, and it is, I'm a little late. 6:27, so I'm an hour and a half, well, plus about 5 days. I've been out here for 5 or 6 days. Heck, I don't know, I lost count. Been busy. Enough of the excuses though. All I know is I'm never gonna get this car done in time if I don't get out here more often. Dang it, I gotta fix that problem. Let's get back to our fab work, shall we? I guess in all reality, I did come out here one other night, a couple days ago, to work on this bracket that we started working on. I came out here and I got started and I forgot my dang camera, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna do a couple measurements and you know, I was gonna just run back inside and get the camera, and one thing led to another, and I just never went in to get the camera. So I didn't film any of it. So let's talk you through and kind of show you what I did. Well, we had our trusty rectangular piece of metal, the rounded corner, when we quit the other night. You see I got a hole there, so obviously I had to do some drilling. And I did some more drilling. And I did some more drilling. To verify these things were in the right spot, I needed some bolt. I dug through my bolt bin, discovered I did not have the right size bolts, so I went to the hardware store, grabbed a couple bolts. Those bolts were wrong. Oh man, too small. Ah, dang it. So I dug through the bolt bin a little bit more. I think they're actually this size. Maybe these will work temporarily. Once I verified that I am indeed a genius and the holes were in the right spot because it fit, I now had to do a little more death wheel cutting to put some shape into this wreck. Now, just a little bit of delicate shaping with the flap disc. And we're done. So after all of that, this is what we ended up with. Pretty simple little piece to make. I know I'm trying to make it all dramatic, like I really made something, but chunk of, what is it, 3/16 iron and a little bit of drilling and grinding, and we got a little piece here that I hope is gonna solve my problem. I don't know if you can see the circles. I have two little circles drawn on here because this little arm that the pivot ball goes on is not square with the engine. So when I put the, I can show you, when I put this guy on here, and I kind of hold it tight here, it's kind of angled kind of to the front. And then when I put that plate on there to make it square with that, then I have to angle it back this way. It kind of depends on how that's gonna go. So that's why, you know, angled to the front was this circle and back square with the motor was this circle. So I'm still waiting on the pivot ball. It's supposed to be here today, but it hasn't showed up. So once that comes, I can try to figure it out. Anyways, that's our bracket. I'll throw it on real quick with my not so correct bolts, just so you can kind of see what it looks like on there. This is where we're at. I found a couple bolts that are obviously too big, but they're the right size. This is the piece I fabbed up, and the clutch ball is gonna go right in there. Pretty basic little piece of metal there, but I think it turned out pretty cool. On to the next task, which in all honesty is going back inside and sitting at the computer because I gotta get this video edited. That's it from the Montana Garage Fab Shop for today. I did figure out the right bolts, and the correct pivot ball showed up. It actually fits and it's gonna work. We'll be back soon to finish that up, but in the meantime, watch one of these two videos. We'll see you next time here on the Montana Garage.